Raise your hand if you've taken a prescription drug to help with something.
Yay!
Cool, so that's pretty much everyone in here. So I assume everyone's either taking Tylenol, a Zyrtec, stuff sucks, we all know this. So I think we can all agree that drugs are just a kind of way of life sometimes. They help us with pain, they help us through our darkest times, and they help us just to not suck as a person, because being painful is also being cranky, right? So I'm gonna relate this to me. I'm a type 1 diabetic, cool, bet you knew that. I give insulin whether I eat it on a burger or give a pump, which is what the picture shows, and I use this vial of insulin to fill a pump. So before I keep talking anymore, how much do you think that one vial of this insulin is?
$5,000. $3.
No, seriously, how much do you think it is?
$90.
$20.
Okay, it's $475 for this little piece of insulin that may or may not even last you a month. And there are lots of diabetics in this country who can't afford that. So, you're paying $475 by yourself for not even something that lasts maybe a week. I use 200 units of insulin for 3 days. And also there are pods. Pods cost $50 for one. You don't order them by one usually, but even still, that's expensive. And they last 3 days for one pod. They hurt, I'll be honest with you. So let me look at this in a week. If you theoretically ordered a pod one by one, about a week you're spending $530 a week on this. And as Fisher said in his presentation, most Americans can't afford that, which sucks. So I'm gonna use another example, Tamiflu. Tamiflu is a drug that helps prevent and treat flu symptoms. It comes in many different doses. It helps with, just not being stuffy overall. 10 pills of Tamiflu are $150 for a 75 dose. Just what it's called. It's $75 for something that may or may not work, because you don't know how bad your flu is, you have different temperatures, we're all in pain. It's really weird. So, here are some solutions to make your drug pricing experience easier. Compare prices with local pharmacies, Walgreens, Harris Teeter, or just find the more generic form of your drug that has the same effect. That's a little harder, but if you put a little work in, you can. I know we're not 18, but we have a better solution in the future. Vote for people who you believe that will make action upon these various subjects, like lowering the prices of prescription drugs, because it affects our economy, and many people are corrupt in this world. But there are people who are taking action. Our government currently is working to, lower the prices of these prescription drugs. They're shaming the CEOs of companies such as Pfizer and MSNBC Healthcare. So, our government, I think it was this past summer, passed the Drug Reducing Price Act, which lowered our pocket costs by $25 billion. That sounds like a lot of money, but for the drug industry, it's not a lot of money. The drug industry is corrupt, they have a lot of problems, but they're here for us because, we kind of need, we're alive partially because of the drug industry. And I know I'm alive because of the drug industry. I wouldn't be giving this presentation right now if it weren't for the drug industry. So let me give you a cash breakdown upon all of this. Our economy is already in debt, right? I feel like we all know that. So we spend $300 billion a year on drugs. $300 billion for something that we need. This vial of insulin is $475. I have a pod on my leg. I use this probably every 2 days. Just depends. My pod may break, I may have to scream. But why? Why? Seriously. The co-founders of MSNBC Healthcare and the CEO of Pfizer just don't give two craps. They don't care. They really honestly don't care. They're in it for the money, and that's all they're in for. They don't care about people like me. But why does this whole thing matter, right? We hate pain, right? I know we don't like pain. And also, it's for mental health and well-being. Because would you rather choose between buying one vial of this or buying food for the week? Because that's what a lot of diabetics around the country are doing. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and I don't have pancreas.